Okay, now we do have a microphone. That's nice. So I have a little stream. Yesterday was a very special day. It was almost my biggest, or it was my biggest winning day out of my poker career. This year has been tough in terms of results. I've been pretty much losing for 8 months. It was very nice to have a big winning day. I'm very happy about it. I try not to get attached to results too much, but if you lose for 8 months straight, it's very nice to have a winning day. All in here with the aces. Let's see what he has. We have a flip ski, and this is the new era. We're winning the flippies. We're winning the flippies. I'm trying to get the. Okay, let's see. I guess we have to fire up the blast. Playing against Giselle as well. What's this guy doing? We have Giselle playing against the blast. Guys, please let me know if the audio is doing fine. Happening. There's a lot happening. Let's see. Have to leave some tables being set up next hand. Okay. Well, our first flip, we're playing heads up. Please let me know if the audio is fine. I'm trying to see if I can find the chat. Found the chat. Can only see messages right now. Ooh. Yeah. Blast here. We have the blast playing a legend of the game, absolute tear on coin poker. We're gonna do some commentary on those games. Let's see what the right setup is. Guess have to move everything here. I have a heads-up match myself. Put my tables on top, these on the bottom. Okay. Getting a good luck from Warrior. I'm trying to find out the right setup. Blast plays incredibly quickly, same as Giselle, so it's hard to actually catch hands, but every now and then I will try to say something if something interesting happens. Will we play? I would love to play, but I'm not feeling great today. I have a big headache. So I'm just gonna sit this one out. I'm just gonna sit it out. turn we're having a spade, which is very relevant. We're not gonna bluff just yet. Yeah, we check for showdown. It's not like we win often, but often enough where we don't have to bluff. Here we have a big all-in, 120k. It's a straight against a straight. And we wake up with the aces. We have the 2k tournament rolling here on the left side. $7,000 people online. A good banana is asking, how was Jeju? Not sure yet. Still have to go there. Still have to go there. Audio is good, that's nice to hear. Here we're gonna bet with our ace of spade blocker. Funny run out. I think we're gonna check, but it's good to think about your options. My opponent has a very easy call with a flush here, so we're just gonna check back the combo that actually has a bit of showdown value. And we'll have this set up for a while. I do have GG Poker open. See if I can join some tournaments there. Maybe if there's a bounty, I'll already play. It's better to start your bounty from. We're just gonna rest this one and fold. Full pot open and a call in the small blind, and that's really bad for my hand because the ranges you play here from the small blind are quite strong, so I think it's best to and here we're gonna bet again for value. Folds. Okay. Cancel. Let's see. We try again. Okay, trying to log on to GG. I'm really struggling, but okay, we're in. We are in. Let's see what's going on. Crazy eights. Blah blah blah. Big bounties. That might be a nice one. Okay. Do we start playing that one? King 10 4. I'm going to call this one. It's not great. There's probably some leads going on here on this river. It does complete 2 streets. It's again folds. blast against Giselle. They have played quite a bit at this point. We're 4-way here in the 2K. We have a heads up. This is a decent hand, but we really want to flat call it when we're deeper stacked. With a shorter stack here. Don't think it's that attractive. We have a 10K on GG Poker. I don't think so. Easy call with the king. These guys are playing lightning fast, huh? Bet for value. I'm blocking ace jack. Jack 5 deuce. What was the biggest winning day? Yesterday was my biggest winning day, I think. To be honest, might have been equal to my biggest winning day. I don't exactly know. Getting 4-bet here. Going to call. I'm not super excited, but this flop actually, I think we have to get it in. We have a flush draw. It's 3 diamonds, which really sucks. Do have a bunch of backdoors, so if I had to guess, we have 40% equity here, which is more than enough. If he has an ace high flush draw, we're totally cooked. 40%, okay. We don't get there. We don't get there. What happened yesterday, and please let me know how to use a head on coin poker on a Mac. I think Mac is pretty bad for all the poker software, so I would really advise you to start using Microsoft. Yo Dirk, how much did you win? I'm going to think about if I will disclose the amount or not. Going to think about it. Both options are fine here. Don't know if it's only me, but Twitch stream is freezing and lagging. The stream looks very clean and crisp, so it might be only you. Going to go for the aggressive line here. Guess the limp will check back. We might go for a little bluff ski here. It's very hard to win the hand with a check, and actually a lot of hands that get in on the river. Perfect spot for him to check raise, of course, but as he does. So we have an easy fold. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the check. Open in a 3-bet. Get the fold. This board we c-bet quite liberally. So this goes into the c-betting range. Do pick up the hand. Blaz and Giselle. The Blaz sitting on 3 buy-ins on the right hand table, 2 buy-ins on the left hand table. My bad, saw some players there and thought you already returned, saw Patrick Antonius on Twitter. Yeah, so since I'm playing the pot limit Omaha events, I fly out later. Seemingly some lag. That's where it looks pretty good on my end. Top set. Going to start with a chair, with a bet. Let's see if my opponent got a piece of the flop or not. He did get a piece, and a big piece, because he's betting pretty big. I think we're just gonna jam it in here. 10-10 against the 9, 10, 7, 8. Wow, super strong hand for him, and he doesn't really want to see it turn, so I like his sizing. I don't get there, which is unfortunate, but it's all part of the game. Starts with a check, and I think we're gonna check back. There's a lot of turns that are quite nice. You would just fold with no pair. I do have a pair and a gut shot, and I think it's enough to continue against half pot. So that is what we will do. Also a pretty good bluffing candidate, I think. And blocking a lot of the draws. I think it's a pretty believable line as well. I'm gonna go for it. Let's see. Do we get the fold? Bet ourselves here. Check raising is even an option. We entered the 2K on GG, it's off screen, but didn't manage to hold, and now we're all in. Ketola and Foxen playing now for 10 million. First match won by Ketola, it was 4 million sit and go, he won 2 million, wow. They jumped straight to 10, it's pretty aggressive. Those sit and goes are very wild, huh? How did you learn to play PLO, and what resources would you recommend for someone learning PLO? I would recommend learning how to use Monker. It's very tough, but if you do get the hang of it, that's really how you get to be a top-notch poker player, I think. There's a lot of sites that provide you with Monker solutions, but it's never as good as like learning how to use Monker yourself. PLO Mastermind, for instance, is a good one. I am very used to using Vision, but I've used Mastermind and it's better. The software is better than Vision's. So that's what I will use from now on. I actually have a post on Twitter, maybe somebody can link it, explaining which software I use to work on which street. How much did you win? Maybe I'll keep it a secret. Let's see. +1, did you play high stakes today? So this hand is great for bluff catching, I would think. Blocking the board in general is pretty nice. It's not good enough to bet for value, so I'm gonna try to make a check call here. Let's see what our opponent has. He does have the full house. Stop betting on the turn. Pretty cool line. I'll raise it up with the king, queen, jack 10. Stream is running smooth. That's nice. On YouTube, everything smooth. Hi there, good luck, but you have too much talent for needing luck. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been a tough year, but things are looking better after yesterday. Could really like clear up your mind and make life a little bit more easy. We face a pot bet of our opponent and we do have a very important blocker, which is the 10. Do we always have to call here? I doubt it. I'm going to look him up this time. Does have to check 10. Well played by my opponent. Seems like 80% of streams are lag fast. Interesting. From my end, everything seems fine, but yeah. Not doubting what you guys are saying. Here we go for a pretty loose peel. It's probably slightly losing, but sometimes you can float the flop, bluff some rivers. No need to bluff since we have the ace now. Here on the right hand table we're gonna see bet. We do block the 10 and we have ace of spades, so plenty of routes we can take. There's the shank with the bet. I really want to make a hero call for the stream. It's probably not a good one, but but it's a good one. Okay, here with the 10, I think most of my range is over pairs here, so we want to bet a size that makes sense as an over pair. It sucks that we're blocking the ace and the king. That's where his hero calls are coming from. betting is the way to go. Just fold. First stage, telling the profit. Second stage, showing the graph. Yeah, I see a question popping up about Emma. And I have very sad news for you guys. We're gonna stop working together. So Cyprus was the last vlog that she was starring in. The blast taking down this hand. Very interesting one, huh? Because Giselle had the 9s, 3 of them, and hit the turn. Quite insane, this run out. Limp call. It's probably unnecessary. And it just hits the 9s. Yeah, it's pretty insane. I'm gonna bet here. Super in between hand, but I think after facing 2 checks we can actually get some value from an overpair and open-ended to the net straight. Hello Dirk, Forza Campione, Vincenzo, he's back. Vincenzo is back. Always nice to see you, brother. Appreciate all your comments and all the videos. I wonder if I can stab here with the Queen of Hearts. Now with this run out, we're gonna try and win the pot by bluffing. We have a Queen high, 3 as a blocker, but not really. Victor the Stallion. Victor the Stallion is messaging me about how much I won. It makes a lot of our aces here limp raising and raising. This board we're gonna continue with a c-bet. Ace 4, decent hand, but very hard to get 2 streets of value, so we're gonna check it, and then we're gonna check it again. Same reason we checked the queen. The queen 5 blocking pairs. Can't really bet for value, but we can definitely make our opponent bluff. Here we have a very funny hand where I think it might be cool to bet super small for value. And if we do get raised, we put our opponent all in. It does find the call with a flush. Gonna check back here again. Pretty cool combo to do it with. Again, 2 streets of value is unlikely. Raise it up. Very hard to come up with enough bluffs here. So usually an underbluffed spot and also overfolded by my opponent. But I do pride myself on finding a lot of creative bluffs in some spots. All in. I'm out of the tournament. Very bad flop. Here we're gonna call. Not even sure if this is a call, but on this river it might be a lead. We're calling the ace. We don't have that many aces in our limp calling range. That's not entirely true. We do have quite a bit, but check calling. I feel like I should bet there, but really completes some straights. Had weird timing as well. Flop the 8. 1/3 on this flop. Not so familiar with the 1/3 sizing. I don't know, we get to raise a lot of hands. The question is, do we want to raise this one? I'm going to smooth call it. I'll tell you the reason. I'm having an ace, so we're blocking aces, which is one of the hands we get value from when we're very small. He's checking the turn, which is kind of surprising. We surprising, it's good for his range. Does fold. Good size smaller even with our hand, it's so strong. The blast got it up to a 160k stack. Bluff. It's nice to bluff with the 10, but we do have the 9 as a blocker. We block 7, 10 and queen 10. Yeah, this board is pretty good for us, so I'm gonna take a stab at it. Seven, 9. So here's how you want to think on the river when you're debating if you have to bet for value or not. Our opponent bets into us, and it's kind of annoying. Don't think I'm folding, but it's hard to come up with enough bluffs here. This guy is known to be creative, so I'm just gonna call him off. Creative indeed. Probably unnecessary as call, but it's whatever. What I wanted to say is that whenever you're betting for value, you don't want to block the hands that your opponent could or is supposed to call. So in this instance, we were blocking the straight and we were blocking the medium flush, so we would have checked back if our opponent have decided to check. Blast got it up to 200k stack. This is pretty sweet. Big bet from Kumikon. Do have an 8 and a king. It's not great. Slightly underbluffed spot maybe, but we're gonna just call. Especially in heads up, you really want to make sure that you have somewhat balanced ranges. Cannot start overfolding too hard. Apparently Twitch is fucked up. Sorry about that. So So yeah, if you're on Twitch, just move over to YouTube. Here we're going to check calling mode. We do block 3 pair, making it unlikely for our opponent to have a made hand. Check. I think we might have enough hand to just call. I think we want to mix with folding some, calling, and then going all in. Not all in, but betting pot size. Six, 5, 3, 3. I thought she was your girlfriend. No, she is not. Phase 1/5. Call. Betting small most of the times we're checking, I think. I think I can still bet for value for small size. Do extract some value. Now we're deep stacked. Uncharted territory. Start with a check here. Gonna check raise, of course. Terrible river on the right. Both check raising and betting is a thing here. The shitty part is that if we do check, ace king with a diamond might be a value bet and we're blocking that one, so I have to mix here. It's very hard to land the right frequency, so it's definitely a spot that I have to look into. If he goes all in, I mean, it's possible that he has 8-9 of diamonds or king 9, but I'm not folding. Good hand for a double check. Opponent finds the hero call. It's not a reason why checking sometimes is nice. Because the standard is to bet there. Opponent raises. That's interesting. To fire back with some aggression. I think that's something we want to do sometimes. Actually, don't even think we're ever folding. Just mixing, mostly calling with sometimes raising. Blast up to quite a million in stack. I haven't really been following it, but pretty wild stuff. Yeah, we could get away with a small bet, I think. Said to her about your work stuff with Emma. She was cool to listen and view. Greets and good wishes to her. So forwarded to her. Good luck today from Luc Botter. Top grande definitivamente lo adoro. Le seu skills game sono fantastici. Do we sometimes go crazy here? Any chance of you sitting with Bless and Giselle? No, I'm not feeling great today, so I'm not really, how do you say, scared to play them, but I do think I want to just play them whenever I feel well. Pretty big headache. Yesterday was a very, not tough day, but wild day in terms of action. Okay, we're going for the fourth bullet in the bounty. It's a 2.5k, so it's all good. No problem. Sem problema. YouTube stream is up and running. Thank you, Shrew Milk. The camera is too large, blocking the bottom left table. Thanks for letting me know. Fixed it. I'll move this a little bit here. Now we go for value. I'm blocking the board pretty nicely. This is kind of close. Also his bet is kind of small, so we're gonna call this one. Pick up a queen. Can't fold the turn. Especially not against half pot. Interesting size, not too many people use it. People usually go for pot. Ace on the river. It's gonna be an interesting one. Checking most of my 2-4s as well, all of my 2 pairs with ace. So I think against this size we can fold this hand. The hands that he's wrapping are 2 pairs with aces and we're not blocking the ace. Ace queen, ace 9, 2-4. Bet for Giselle, watching all the replays, kinda hard rooting for him, her, though, with some of the really atrocious plays on river bluffs. How you feel Giselle matches up against Blaz? I would think that Giselle might be able to figure out the Blaz in the end. But when I'm looking at the hand histories, it's quite tough. Going to check raise this combo. I'm blocking all of the hands that he could potentially bet. Go on a little break ski. But we flop straight before that. I'm going to start with a check. The opponent is supposed to stab quite often here. On this turn, I think my whole range wants to do a lot of checking, so I'll check again. 10-7 beats us now. Interesting run out. Checking again. Jack on the turn. We're blocking King Jack now and Queen 10, so I think it's a nice hand to start barreling with. How much did you win yesterday and how much did you play? So I played a mix of 5k, 10k and 20k games. It went really well. It's very nice to get a little confidence booster just before Jeju. Maybe we fold this. Guess no dice for 5k. Bet. These jacks are quite vulnerable. I don't know if that's a good reason to bet them more, but that's what I'm gonna do. Now we're checking. He's supposed to peel with a lot of 4-5 or ace-5 hands. With the half pot bet and having the jack of clubs. I think we can call. I mean, depends on how thin he goes for value here. You really want me to bluff, huh? Check raise even. 8-9 does get there. We do get called. Not sure if we have to bluff here. Pretty standard hero call. Pretty standard call, I mean. See bet this one. Now we'll shut it down. Thanks, Nate. No problem. Kumikon. Yeah, he's a... How do we say it? Formidable opponent. I mean, I think I'm a better heads-up player, but he's been around for a long time. Seemingly lately he's been playing a little bit more heads up against people. So he's either gaining a lot of confidence in this game, or maybe he's been running very well. Very likable guy. I'm c-betting these boards a little freely. It's like we're c-betting everyone. These boards. Shut it down on the turn. Let's see if GG Poker has something going that doesn't go too late. I'm trying to fix my schedule for Jeju. So that means me going to bed at 12 today, 11 tomorrow, and then 10 the day after. Then I'll roughly be in the right schedule. I can bet for pot here. Ace 6x3. Not sure if we actually see bet this one, but it can be a huge mistake. Going to check here. Comes in with 1/3, we have to fold. Check, check, 9-9. Can call. Interesting flop. We still have two pair outs to a jack and a 9. I don't think we can fold. So we're going to take a card. Very strong as well, this call. Checking, and then on this river, I mean, I think we have to bluff this hand, or I don't think I'm almost 100% sure. All the kings, all the queens. We did call the hand. This is by far the worst hand we'll have in the spot, so if you're sitting on a hand and it's by far the worst hand you can have in the spot, you have to bluff it. Jochi is a very capable player, so very creative with his lines and also not afraid to hero call, but here it's very hard because I just am left with not many bluffs at all. Giselle sitting on some stacks, but the blast went away. Let's see if they are playing somewhere else. Here we flop very nicely, 10 spade draw. Flipping against the actual hand. Do hit the river. bet. Two straight flushes on board. Pretty terrible hand here, but we're gonna go for it. Now we have to check fold. Get the fold, huh? We do get the fold. I'm all in my tournament. I think it's me. I think we do it. To kick one player out. Here on the river we're going to call, like of all the hands that we check 3 times. This hand is actually pretty good. As of King Queen. I think I would have called any size. Start with a bet here, we're mixing on this flop. You got the fold. There goes my lighting. Bang the aces. We can bet, we can check. So starting with a small bet. Fold for my opponent. He's not been running very well in those 3 bet pots. Chat is saying. Yeah, Giselle made a nice comeback, I guess. And then Velez decided to leave. Let's see. 6-8, check 8. Neither of which we're blocking. We're not blocking the board. I think we can fold here. How much did you win, Vinny? Ooh, it's still a secret. You have to stay till the end. Bro, the end boss. I hope you stream more often. I stream every Sunday. I can barely hear you talk. Okay, well, if there's more people saying the same thing, I'll try to change something up, but usually it's people fucking up their own volume. Six, 8, Jack 8. Unlikely. I'm gonna go full pot bet. Let's find the raise. Since we're betting for pot, it's a lot of straights which are better hero calls than this one. We do have to check. I think we just let this one go. Big bets, big bets. Deuces with a flush draw. Could check raise, we could bet. So we probably just want to end up mixing. And this is a super clean run out. All the hero calls are unblocked, so we're going to continue betting. Since Giselle stopped playing, I'll mix in the GG poker table. Interesting spot right away. Just end up calling. We're gonna bet. Be our broker with the race. I'm not sure if we can 3-bet this one, but we're gonna do it. Must be close anyway. Opponent leads here, which is fairly interesting. We're gonna call the 4-bet and call and pray is what we call it. Call and pray. Here it's weird, we're in position, we really don't want to give away our positional advantage, I think. And here our opponent bets again, I think we have a pretty standard call. Checking back on the bottom. Does have the high full house, that's unfortunate. This guy does show up with, I don't want to call it a bluff, but creative line at least. So we're a couple of bad hands for the Venny. Snap pot bet lead, it's nicest thing to see, especially considering the fact that we do have 2 spades in our hand. Anton Suarez in the time bank. We call once, and we probably folded the turn. Very hard to get very hard to bluff here. Feels terrible to fold here, but I think it's the right thing to do. Still have late reg or not? 43 seconds. He leads into us. I'm going to call. It's not great. Flipping. We're out. gonna lead here. Good call for my opponent. Most likely queen high flush. Squeezing the ace, ace, 7, 5 double suited. One of my favorite hands. He's gonna push out the other player, which is nice. And we are probably going to be ahead by quite a bit. Let's see if we can hold. That's not a hold. That's not a hold. Just gonna flat call here. Again to this bounty tournament, which I mean we've been playing it quite a bit. Big bet by my opponent. Let's see, how many big bets do we have? 14. Gonna start off with aggression. 9 on the river, which should not be good for my opponent. I'm just gonna check it back. No reason to bet. Let's see what he has. He did have the jack-jack. Interesting to see what would have happened. Calling here, it's not great. 27. We're out. That's also end of the late reg, so bye bye to the tournament. Let's see what we can show you guys. Not winning the flips today, but it's all good. We won all the important ones yesterday. Couple of outs. No need to bet. No need to bet. Ah, we do get there. Unblocking. Ace of spades. Going to bet a size here that makes it easy for us straight to call and potentially turn ace of spades into a bluff. Could bet pot as well, maybe a better size, but gonna put this in the double checking line. Insane run out. Gonna raise for value, of course. The question is how big. Do you want to go half a pot? Comes over the top. I think this is one of the hands that we might have to call. It does find the fault. Goosey call. Three bet. Preparing a gut shot, it's enough to continue. third again. It's a size I'm not super familiar with. I know it's being used by a lot of people. Let's continue, and I think we can just let this hand go. Bro, I swear I don't think I've ever hit a good run out in Omaha. I don't play it, it's the devil's game. Yes, I do agree on that part. Both up. It's unfortunate, a lot of his bluffs are gonna contain spades. Yeah, I kind of have to bet this one because we're mixing this hand. Not have too many deuces. Opening the aces. Okay, I'll turn in another small bet. It's a funny spot. They have terrible ranges, so I think even 5-8 is still a jam, but it's super mediocre spot. Going to call here. Do catch him bluffing. They're gonna call off super light as well. The only thing we're dreading is 6-7, of course. Each other out of the pot. This guy most likely has 6-7 though, so we're drawing pretty thin, but there's a lot of dead money in the pot now. Eights, we have outs. We have outs. Okay, we'll go again. Again. Rough table. Rough table. That's unfortunate. Blocking the second nuts, sometimes it's nice to size down. We did it before. I just think we're getting a couple of combos where it's kind of nice to use a different sizing with. Incentivize my opponent to bluff as well. Just gonna click it back. Did have a bluff. Yeah, we're gonna go all in, of course. Lose against fives and jacks, maybe. Go for the bet here. Managed to get him to fold. So yeah, it was public. It was all on coin poker actually. Do run into the aces here. It's unfortunate. Pretty bad flop. Drawing that. Oh, we bought into this tournament a lot. I'm gonna do it again. It's pretty bad to buy in late to those bounty tournaments, but we are here to entertain. I guess my setup is wrong now. Sorry about that. Overcall here, we can actually get the bounty. Pretty decent hand to go all in with. They're blocking each other very hard. We have a chance. 80%. A lot of outs are blocked. We can't do it. We cannot do it. Buy-in number 8, I think. We do have a little sum. Do you not want to play Giselle? Yeah, maybe at some point, but to be honest, I don't feel super good today, so. And I'm definitely not gonna do it on stream, so. I can show you guys how many times we've been. This is bullet number 8. Bullet number 8, no dice. Going for bullet number 9. Oh, imagine if you're running like this in 100k. Pretty brutal stuff. Doing quite well against Kumikon. We lost 2 all-ins, in which we had 40%, and the other one I forgot. It's merely a reflection of how well you're running just in the moment. Like Kumikon is a great poker player, so whenever I win more than a little bit against him, I think he should lead this. He has a lot of aces. Actually had the full house in the turn already. It's merely a reflection of who's doing better with the poker cards on a daily basis. Could you please comment on the rake amount in the PLO 5000 game? Is it okay? The rake here is... it's not cheap. We're paying $750 for 100 hands. So that translates to 15 big blinds. You do get some rake back, so you probably end up paying 10 big blinds together, which is 5 big blinds per person. It's okay, I don't think it's atrocious, but it's also not considered good. I don't know, it's not considered cheap or something, I don't know. Here we bet for the size of the pot and we do get a call. Biggest win in a cash session or tournament. It was a cash game session. Spread throughout the whole day actually. Going to raise the top 2 pair with a flush draw. I think in general people are... I want to say a bit too colly, but people probably just raise this one. I'm gonna continue on the turn with the size of 1/3. Okay, it's calling. We do have the same hand, roughly. Here a fold on the left. Really hitting these flops quite well. Pretty sure I can stab here. If we get raised, it's pretty ugly. If we get called, we actually push a little bit of equity. Setting ourselves up for a super nice check back. Potentially bet for value on the river. We want to size up here because of the 4th diamond coming in. Are unblocking 6-7. Maybe a hero call from king with a diamond blocker. So flying off to Jeju on Wednesday. Pretty excited, especially now with the big winning session. Three betting this one. 200 big blind ranges are not super sharp. It's not like they're way different from 100 big blind ranges, but still makes a difference. Okay. Maybe, and we want to bet with. A lot of draws, of course, on the board, so my opponent will not give up easily. I think we want to check here. Could definitely continue, but starting with a check. It's a hand that's kind of strong enough for showdown. Bet for value. Played a 10k Pilo MCOP, I did not. Funny, these spots, very player dependent as well. Sometimes calling, sometimes folding. Folding this hand. Kumikon is the guy with the insane graph. Well, that's the original Kumikon, and this guy just decided to copy his name. Kumikon does have like a $7 million graph. Heads up. Pretty impressive. Almost came to challenge you at 25-50 yesterday, but saw you were playing Sam, so I just reeled that game. But I will be coming for you. Sebster is coming, and he's doing some studying right now. He's doing some studying. I'm going to stab. Continue. It's not a great line, but still I'm blocking some ace-x that can fold. We cannot win by checking. We have to find some bluffs here and there. Opponent comes over the top, pot we raise. Looks pretty strong. Looks pretty strong. Start with a check. "15-minute late reg." We can still fire a couple of bullets. Get 3-bet, which might be a very wide one. People love to go crazy for bounties. There we have another all-in. Let's see, we might still have the best hand. We don't. Our queens are alive though. 11.7%, that's not too much. We'll pick up a couple of outs, a jack or a queen. None of the above. We will re-enter 10th bullet. That must be pretty crazy, right? It means I lost 10 all-ins. Can't complain after yesterday though, but here with the 6-4 we check and we pray for showdown. If our opponent bets, we have to fold. These bounty tournaments are played so wildly. Go to 3-bet here. Start with a bet. It's an interesting one. I think we want to continue betting just at a very high frequency. Tough customer. Checking option as well, of course. Bet. Can call. This combo. It's very close between betting and checking, I think, but risking seems to be that check back. Get our queens in here. Basically have no full equity. All in with the queens. It's not so good flop. 10 on the river brings us to our 12th bullet. Supporting this whole tournament. The sad thing is that I probably minus EV because I'm late wedging a bounty, but let's see, 11 bullets. We'll see how far we can get. Interesting spot here. Going to see bet big here with our range. In fact, comes in with the raise. Going to go ahead and bluff successfully. Calling there with that particular hand seems very unattractive, so we have to fold and maybe raise sometimes. I'm not sure if we get the call here. It's super. We have to defend such a big part of our range. Is probably fold. Go here. When you see that big game from Aussie Ketola, like limit is how much percent you think the boys get of himself, 10 to 25% max. Well, he's actually one of the high stakes guys that is incredibly successful. So, whereas Jungle Man only has a couple of percent there, I would think. I think he has a very big chunk of himself. I mean, can be too big, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's been very successful. Do you play in PokerStars from time to time? I ask because they offer relatively high stakes regarding PLO 4, 5 and 6. I don't play there. They only offer 10, 20 or at least games that I can play in. So I don't play those 10, 20 games. We get it in ahead. Pretty good actually. 88%. Maybe we can do it. We have to fade a 3. It's a 4. And it's a 4. Easy call on the flop. Small bet on the turn again. I think we have a very easy call on the turn. Going to check back. Ace-6, really a hand I think he should be betting. Don't think he was going for the check raise, I don't know. Calling the turn, we have 10% against the flush, and maybe my opponent just goes crazy with a hand like he has. That's us. Couple of buy-ins now. We remain hopeful. Probably should just 3-bet this one, but oh boy. Going for a bounty now. We do flop the nut flush draw. Put that from my opponent. Of course, I should be raising here almost always. Also super deep stacked. Bets again. I mean, of course, 4-7 gets there. I'm leading some of my straights. I'm calling to 4. I think I'm just calling this hand. Yeah, well. Wild one. Wild Bluffski. Check raise and a bet. We're going to call and see on the river. Should slow him down quite a bit. Just gonna check back and see. Ace jack. Tournament suites are not kind. The clicker is joining. We'll play him for a bit. Because why not? Trying to entertain. Will there be ever high stakes heads up pillow tournament offered? I've never seen it, but it would be cool. Maybe not enough people interested. Yeah. I mean, they have one for Hold'em, and I think people kind of like it. So I think there would be enough people for PLO. I like your idea. I'll think about it. Do a lot of checking. And then now we actually have a hand that could consider raising. Clicker very balanced with his betting though, so I'm sure he'll have enough flushes here. We're just gonna do this with ace high flushes, king high flushes, and then bluff some ace blockers. Gonna go wild in. Gonna go wild in for this bounty. Oops, caught with the hand in the cookie jar. We're doing okay in terms of equity. This is a bad flop for us. Ace. No, that's not good. He had a pretty decent opening hand. We're out. That means we cannot rebuy into the tournament again. Which also means that we're gonna wrap up the session. I want to go to bed early. Make sure I get some sleep in for Jeju. Going to float this small bet. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours. It's a short one. We didn't manage to win any all-ins in the 2K. We did pretty well in the heads-up streets. Let's see who started in the big blind here. Guess I can fold this one. It was the clicker who started in the small blind. So we can actually sit out the next hand. We have to call here. We're gonna end the stream with a bluff. Very, very tough to win the hand by checking. It's a terrible combo to bluff with, I think, but you have to do it every now and then. Queen, king, 3, 5. Balanced as always, Mr. Clicker. And we wrap up our session. Thanks everyone for watching. Next week no stream, I'll be in Jeju, and the week after I'll be back to stream a little bit more. Hope you guys enjoyed. The winning session was 315k by the way, so you guys know how much I ended up winning yesterday. Thanks for tuning in till the end. See you all soon.